afford like a Phase Connect apartment building, would I do it? Yes, absolutely. Would I like move in with somebody like directly into the same house? No. Streamer house? I'm thinking streamer, like when I say streamer house, it needs to be like streamer mansion, where like we can all be on opposite ends of the house and not have to like worry about anything, right? But like normal streamer house, Phase compound, yeah, Phase compound. Think of the content if Pippa lived with Clara. We would drive each other insane and probably hate each other by the end of it. Oh man, thank you. If you moved to Canada, you could collab with Tenma. Streamer bungalow-styled hotel. Phase Waco. Manhera Manor. Just like real friends. Phase Connect containment facility. Idiot care, thank you. Isn't Phase Connect apartments just subsidized government housing? Jesus. Buy one of those small JP apartment complexes with 2 stories and 8 apartments. Each girl gets an apartment. That way you don't have to directly deal with each other if you don't want. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Yeah, man, thank you. Ruby Phase Ridge. Asylum. I'm not even worse than you. Phase Fish Tank. Great Phase, thank you. A Phase mansion would be demolished to the mold. I think there's like a lot of issues with streamers living together, right? And I would love to set up like a area where members of Phase Connect could live with each other, right? Like that would be fantastic. But like you got to take into account like all of the things that can go wrong. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that can go wrong. I always thought you and Tenma would room in together. No, I would go insane. Like what? Like, so if streamers are living together, right? Streamers tend to be dirty people. You know what I mean? Like that includes myself. Like my room is a mess right now. Like I am currently like using one of the other rooms in this house to try and like I'm putting stuff in there to like reorganize so that I can like clean this freaking space up. If I was gonna set up like a Phase compound, I would want to like I would need to like hire like a cleaning service, right? Every streamer house gets doxxed eventually, I swear. Well, yeah, because you have multiple people living somewhere and all it takes is like one mishap. You know, thank you. The Tenma Everywhere system where she yells at you, clean up yourself at random intervals, anytime, anywhere. See, I don't think that would work, but I'm not gonna get into it. It's too many issues and you could never stop being a performer. Yeah, so like if everybody's living together, everybody has to be like constantly on all the time. Because like, how do I say this? Like to break like the magic a little bit, right? Like not everybody is like in streamer mode all the time, right? And that doesn't just mean like kayfabe, like speaking a certain way or whatever, right? But it also means like showing different sides of yourself that just don't naturally appear on stream. Like, human beings are multifaceted, right? And not every side of yourself will appear on stream, usually. Because unless you're streaming your life, like, 24/7, there's eventually gonna be, like, different sides of you that people will see. And then they'll talk about it on stream, and then people will be like, oh, so-and-so did this. And then viewers will be like, that's out of character, blah, 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 is, like, faking their personality or whatever the hell, you know? And it's like, they're not like faking or whatever. It's not like an issue, right? It's just like people will make it an issue because it doesn't like fit into like this like idea that people have in their head. You know what I mean? Does that like make sense? It's called a character. It's not even a character, right? It's just like when you're streaming, you can bring your best all of the time. You know what I mean? Like, okay, here's an example. Like, if somebody's, like, on stream, they're super nice to everybody, right? And then off stream, they're not nice to somebody. And then that other person that they were, like, not nice to, or somebody that just, like, saw it happen, like, talks about it. People will be like, oh, well, so-and-so is always nice on stream. They're actually, like, an awful person. It's like, no, they're not an awful person. It's just that even, like, nice people will eventually crack at times, right? It's not like they're not a nice person. It's like, yeah, like, sometimes they get pushed to their limits or what. Like, it's like, people cannot be, like, nice 100% of the time. It's just not realistic, right? But people will see the story of them being, like, awful one time. And then they'll be like, their entire niceness was all an act. It was all fake, right? And that can apply to like a bunch of different things, you know? Oh man, thank you. So a persona? It's not like a persona, right? It's just people, like you are, streaming is a short window of time, right? You do not get to like see all of a person all of the time. And people create these expectations of you, of like when what you bring to your stream, right? And it's not necessarily like a handcrafted thing, right? It's just that like when you're in streaming mode, you're in streaming mode. So when you have like a bunch of people living together, Like, people are gonna want stuff to talk about, so they're gonna talk about it, right? And like sometimes things just like slip out. It's like work personality versus your at-home personality. Kinda, yeah. You demand, thank you. You mean being human? Yeah. When you use A personality with B friend group type B, kind of. I don't even think it's that like complex, right? Like, says thank you. It's the sort of thing that could cause some stupid normal argument over vacuuming or something super result in dumb rumors. Yeah. That's good. Like, nobody stays in customer service mode all the time. Sometimes you have an off day. Sometimes you're miserable. Gotta be human sometimes. Yeah. And like, if you have like all these streamers living together, right? If you don't have like the chance for privacy, like true privacy, it's just gonna end bad. It's just gonna end bad. You know what I mean? So like, if I had the resources to set up like a Phase Connect compound, like I'd want it to be like an apartment building, you know? No, none of this like shared kitchen, shared bathhouse, shared whatever, right? Like people gotta have their privacy, man. So they can be themselves without like potentially being punished for it, you know? No one should show everything about themselves publicly, yeah. And it's like, they're not, right? Like, oh, everybody's living together. Like, it's not like you're streaming. It's not like everybody's streaming and gonna like run into each other 24/7 or whatever, right? But it's like, it's basically streaming 24/7. If like everybody in Phase Connect lived with each other, it's basically like they'd have to be as if they're streaming 24/7, because like any like break from like the streaming, like their streamer mode will likely end up like being talked about, right? Not in like a gotcha kind of way, but in like a normal, like, oh yeah, and so did this today kind of way. You know what I mean? Any personal drama instantly becomes streamer drama. Sounds like it would have been an MTV show. Imagine streamers being people who make mistakes and can only maintain their best for reasonable time periods if possible. They are 2D characters. No, Gims, it's crazy. If there's gonna be a Phase apartment block, who would ruin their apartment with filth the fastest? My money's on Wemmy. I feel like if there was like a Phase apartment building, we would have to have like a contract. Like, you have to let people come in and clean once a week. And if you don't, you're out of here. There would have to be like inspections from management.
Everything about you was an offense to me. Everything about you was an offense to me. Everything about you was an offense to me. Everything about you was an offense to me.
All the firearms would not work and the house would burn in about a week. You can't take away Zaya's multi-coffee collection now! We're getting kicked out early. I never mentioned Asmongold. Idiot, thank you. Who would be most likely to become the Phase Connect mom? Moomy?
My fellow brothers, in the face of our common dangers, in this winter of our hardship, remember these timeless words, as we can.